Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Energy Geek Speak with me, Christine Marguerite, Love Evolve Energy, on the YouTube channel Evolve in Love, Evolve Within Love. So thank you for coming to this regular show. I have a couple of things to talk about today. So let's deep dive. Let's get into it just for a minute. I have a couple of group healing holding sessions coming up once a month on the new moon. So let me talk about that. Let me just tell you some basics on that, and then I'll unpack it a bit. Because we've done it. We've done it. Here we are. Here we are. So now the work begins. Is a way to think of it. Now it's time. Now it's time to really shore up the foundations, so to speak. So that's a overarching theme of these group healing sessions. All right. So they are entitled New Moon Revivification. New Moon Revivification 2021, New Moon Revivification 2021. So there will be 3 of them. Well, the first one is coming up pretty soon, February 7th, which is a Sunday, 2021. That's where we're at. So if you're catching this in the future, this may be good information for you. February 7th, 2021, that's a Sunday. It will be in the afternoon East Coast time. If you go to my website, link below, you can sign up and you can register and you can see all the dates and times for your particular time zone. So February 7th, the next one will be March 7th, which is a Sunday, and the last one will be April 11th. That is directly on the new moon in April. The other 2 are a couple of days to a week before the new moon. So new moons, as we head into a new moon, we're releasing, we're letting go, we're shedding. And in particular, we're shedding identity this season, shedding old identities. When I have spoken about this before, and I've been speaking about it for the last couple of weeks, I've been talking about Elohim and working with these foundational energies. I got more information just the last couple of days about what these will contain, what these will be offering you. And so that's what I'm speaking about here right now. I know, just as an aside, that some of my tech is a little wonk and you can see some of the glare in my glasses. So be it. So be it. It's just the way it is right now. We are moving into a kind of so be it kind of energy where authenticity is really the clarion call of this season. The late winter, early spring season. So what we'll be doing in the first one, the new moon revivification group energy session on February 7th. We're really looking at moving from the old structures to the new. People have been speaking about this in terms of gently leaving the Piscean era, moving into the Aquarian era. Let's speak about this in terms of identity. What we'll be looking at is moving from a fear-based, wounded archetype identity into a love-based, more healed, whole beingness. The first one will be looking at this identity of the wounded healer. Very popular and has been popular for eons. I believe even Joseph Campbell speaks about this archetype. So we are moving from the deep structures, and many of us who are light workers, who are in the healing professions, have this identity that within ourselves we have experienced something that was wounding. And so from that place, we move into a service as an identity that we cling to, as an archetype that we move through our healing. And if you're a light worker, meditation facilitator, projecting this wounding into an identity. Now's the time. Now's the time. Now is the time to release this identity. It no longer serves us. It's too thick. It's too dense. It's not going to, from here on out, as the decades and the centuries move on, is no longer going to buoy us, support us, move and float us forward. What we're moving from is the identity archetype as a wounded healer to a love-based divine healer, a healed healer, moving into this love-based buoy of an archetype from to, and then anchoring ourselves within this new archetype. Of course, the Elohim are involved because these foundational angelic divine energies, these vibrations, they're mostly essences that feed into what this divine healer archetype is. So that's the energy work we will be engaging in on February 7th. I'll speak a little bit more about the others. So the next one, the next new moon, will be early to mid March. We will be having our session, our clear out session, releasing the archetype. We'll see what comes up there. Right now, I'm seeing that we're moving from the wounded genius, the wounded creatrix, into the divine genius, the healed creatrix, the whole genius. That's the healing and holding and the energy session with the Elohim that we'll be engaging in on March 7th. On April 11th, the last, this may be the most significant. And mind you, all of these archetypes, many of us carry, maybe not as our primary, but as something sub and significant. And for some of us, our primary. The last one will be around our wounded warrior, our wounded leader, our wounded activist. Oof, and I can feel already for the collective, this is heavy. And so that's why we move into it last. If you choose to do all three, you will have had some experience of this kind of shedding of the old, moving from that to a more whole, divine, love-based archetype. So moving from this wounded warrior, the wounded leader, into a divine, love-based warrior, a divine leader, a healed, love-based activist. This will be our final in April, happening on the day where I am located on the planet, on the day, April 11th of that final new moon. And as we head into each, we'll have more information around that. So it's really important that these are the beginning stages, really looking at our foundations. The archetypes are our structures and our foundations, leaving that which no longer serves us in these denser fear-based archetypes and moving into the more healed and whole archetypes. This is what our project is now, really shoring up our foundations so that they are grounded into love, the loved-based archetypes, the loved-based identities. Right now, we're looking at, who am I? Who are you? Who are you? Who do you want to be? Shedding the old, who am I? Moving into the new, aligned with love, with righteous, divine love. And that's what we will be doing in each group healing, holding sessions, shedding and revivifying our identities. New moons are great for the shed. They're great. And once you shed, automatically, as everybody knows, the glow is already underneath that which is being shed. If we think about our crustaceans, our beautiful crabs in the oceans, they're already growing their new beingness, and they begin to molt. They molt. Snakes do this as well. They molt and they shed the old identity. They shed the old structure. They shed the old identity. And as that's happening, their revivification is already there. So at the beginning of this new identity, with each shed, it's a little bit tender. As we head into the end of the new moon, the waning moon, we shed the final sheddings, so that the new can be reborn. And as we move towards our full moons, we fill up more and more and more. So within each of these group healing, holding sessions, we're doing the final shed and filling up, the beginnings of the filling up of these new identities. They get stronger with each full moon. I'm working particularly with the sheddings, and I hope that's all clear as mud. I'm so excited about them. So the links will be in the written sections, attached either above or below, depending on what format or what platform you're watching this. And move towards those links. So there will be 3 links, one for each, or perhaps it's just one to go to my booking page for the website. And you'll pay through PayPal. That's the typical way we're doing it now. I'll look for discount codes on other platforms. You may find those. Please apply them at the checkout. So anything else that I need to tell you about these? Each session, group session, will be limited to 6 souls, 6 individuals. Each session will happen on Zoom, and you'll get all of that private code to get into those private 6-person, I will be the 7th, 6-person sessions. So you will need a Zoom link. There'll be other protocols and preparations to go through specific to each session that will be sent to you once you register. PayPal, 90 minutes long. Each of them will be 90 minutes long, give or take. So that's an hour and 90. I am changing the times so that the times will now be at 4 p.m. East Coast, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. West Coast, and if you're over in Europe, it's different times forward. That will be indicated on the Book Now page. The cost, I'm working with American dollars right now, and the cost, unless you've seen it someplace else, for the first one is simply $20. For the later 2, they will be $35 each. So February 7th will be from wounded healer to divine healer, $20. March 7th, from wounded genius to divine genius, $35 US. April 11th, new moon on April 11th. That is the day. From wounded warrior leader to divine leader, whole warrior, warrior of love. That will be $35 US. So I believe that's all the information you need. It will be all written below here. And hopefully those themes resonate with you during this time. Right now, we're moving into the full moon in Leo, which will dump us into, I believe, the new moon in Pisces. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. It's a really good time to really assess, to move into our glory of love and divinity, releasing the old identities and archetypes. So I hope that you'll join us. Again, it's limited groups, 6 people groups. You can book all of this, and all the information will be on my website, loveevolveenergy.com. And that is a link below that you will find. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to this. I am so excited about it. It has such energy and vibration and meaning for me anyway. And it's part of my offering as we move into a more divine, love-based, whole beingness as a collective. All right. Love to all of you, whoever you are. May we all sit in love, live in love, and breathe. Feel the love that is. See you there.